recording. We are live. And we're going to get started. We'll just let everybody check in as they check in, and hopefully everything will work out. But somebody got their hand up. Y'all can just talk. You don't have to raise your hand. How you doing, Greg Marshall? The clock in the Bugatti is always right. That's right, buddy. Hey, I'll tell you what. My goal is next year, January 1st, that's what I'm going to do, is treat myself to a Bugatti. That's my goal next year. And what I do, BK, I'm coming to pick you up, and we're going to drive from New York to L.A., and we're going to have a good time. To heck with everybody else. Yeah. Hey, and we're going to listen to hip hop from from New York City to LA all the way. Because it's all about that bass. What's up, Andy? How you doing, buddy? All right, guys, hey, people still checking in, but that's okay. We're going to get, David said no. David wants me to listen to country music because he's from Texas. Is that Lower Alabama? That is my Bugatti. I told you. I know you told me about it, but me and BK, we buying a Bugatti. Yeah, the Bugatti golf cart. No, heck no, man. The Bugatti V, and that's what I'm gonna get me. I look at them every day. You know what? We may have to have a funeral. I got a fish that I carry with me, and he was in the back of my car, and I forgot he was back there, and I dumped him over. And I had to save him. And, yeah, you can go to the bathroom, sir. And he looks like he's fixing to die. He was a gift from a very close friend. And if he dies, man, I'm going to feel terrible. Let me shake up his water here and see if I can get him swimming. I'm trying to revive him. He was laying in the back floorboard for about 30 minutes. I guess he needed some water. But anyway, we're going to get started. And for all the new folks that are on board, yeah, about the bow, show him a bottle of tartar sauce. yeah, he's a beta fish, man. He's beautiful. I've had him for a long time, and I forgot he was on the back in the back of my car, and he was laying in the floorboard. I don't know if he's going to make it through the night, but anyway, my name is Kerry Miller, and I'm here to do trading this evening. I am out on the road. Duke Ritter, how you doing, buddy? And I'm out on the road, and we're going to do some training tonight, and I'll be back in Texas here tomorrow. Not tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Thursday, Friday. But working on a lot of stuff, man. We are putting together a lot of stuff. And but it's great to have everyone. Great to have all the new people. Great to see some old people that's come back to trading. And man, we're filling up very quickly. Even though everybody's always 5 minutes late, I'm not sure why. They don't want to hear the introduction, but I held off to that. Good, Duke, man, it's good to see you. But my name is Kerry Miller, and I do our Wednesday night coaching sessions, and it's an absolute pleasure to see everybody and to have everybody on board tonight. And we meet every Wednesday night, and we're putting together some special trainings that's going to start meeting on Thursday nights. We are working on a new webinar program. We tested it. I don't even remember what night it was, but only reason I know tonight's Wednesday is because I do this on Wednesday. But we tested a new webinar program that we're putting together. We're going to be using Google Hangouts. It's going to have a live chat box in it, and I'm hoping maybe Monday. I'm hoping maybe by next Wednesday we'll be able to use that and get out of this go-to system because it doesn't work half the time, and Google Hangouts works every time. So. And I don't have to render the recordings or anything. It does it automatically. But let's get rolling here. Let me get my screen going. Sharon, welcome to our trainings. If you did not get your text reminder, please get your text reminder now and sign up for it. I know a lot of you do, and I know somebody will, as I say every week. Somebody's going to text me and say, Kerry, do we have training? It's probably going to be Kenny Dutton. Anyway, text app call, APPCALL, to 727-478-1343. That's 727-478-1343. About 10, 15 minutes before the call, you will get a reminder. And if you have not joined our Facebook group, our Facebook group is hopping, man. A lot of great stuff in there. We got several people, very intelligent entrepreneurs. I call them appreneurs, but entrepreneurs who are constantly digging, constantly training themselves, constantly studying. They are masters of their trade, and they share a lot of great stuff in that group. So if you have not joined, join the Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/Instant App Wizard. It's not used for support, but it is used for a lot of great suggestions and a lot of great ideas. And if you've not joined our YouTube channel, yeah, okay, I'll share that, Kitty. If you've not joined our YouTube channel, join our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Instant App Wizard. That's where all our trainings are uploaded immediately if they render. If not, I got my good buddy Ryan Fristo, who backs me up with recordings. And if my recordings don't work on this end, he always sends me a recording, and then I have to do a little bit of work. But we try to get it up within 48 hours. Try to do it within 24 if everything works right. But so anyway, join our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Instant App Wizard. Will Sims said, I guess I'm the only person not hearing anything. Can everybody hear me okay? And I will tell him, yes, he is. Yep, everybody can hear me, Will. Yes, you are. And I sent that to him. And if you haven't liked us on our Facebook group, that's different from our Facebook page, that's different from our group. Like us at facebook.com/Instant App Wizard. I'm going to start something new tonight, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to take about 10 minutes or so. I'm going to do this every week, and all you guys know by now, I don't pull any punches. I say it like it is, and if you don't like it, I'm sorry. So I apologize in advance, but I'm going to say it anyway because I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you and take you through my failures in the app business and others' failures who I have talked to time and time again, who call me and say, Gary, I listened to your training, and then I ask them what they're doing, and they don't do anything I said, and they fail miserably. And there's nothing wrong with failing if you fix it. Okay, so my new commentary each week is going to be called Straight Up Like It or Not. Okay, just learn and earn. And I'm going to be adding this every single week because over the last almost 4 years, 3 years I guess, in April, I have talked to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. And they always put way more into the thought process than needs to be. And Kenny Dutton has allowed me to use him as an example. I wasn't going to call him out, but he said, hey, go ahead. He said, if it helps somebody, great. Kenny called me just a couple of nights ago. And excited, man. I mean, he was so excited my phone was burning. I had to go get a fire extinguisher to put it out. And he was great, man. And he was so excited. I said, okay, Kenny. I said, get off your, I don't know what I said exactly, but get off your butt and make it happen and tell me in a week how many apps you've sold. Well, this has been a week ago, okay? And I watched that Facebook group. I don't post in the Facebook group a lot, but I watch the Facebook group and I read it religiously. And I read what you folks talk about, and it makes me think of all the stuff that I've talked with to other resellers all over. As a matter of fact, Greg Marshall, I just said that a while ago, paralysis by analysis. That's the biggest thing that happens to people. And the first thing I do when I talk to someone and they start telling me how hard they're working and they can't make anything happen is I look at how many apps they've built. That's the first thing I do. And I go in and I say, okay, well, shoot, this guy must have built his own app and built 3 or 4 apps but just can't get going here. Let me see how I can help him. And as soon as I pull up the account, they haven't even built their first app. But they're failing miserably, okay? They just can't do it, Okay? They can't make it happen. But then they start telling me everything they do. Well, you know what? I've been putting together this, and I've been putting together that, and man, I've got all these great tools. And I say the tools thing because I've been watching all the cool tools being posted in Facebook. And they are cool tools. Okay? And they're great tools, and they're things to implement when you get your business going. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you don't have a stinking thing to analyze until you go out and do something. You can't even analyze your sales unless you go out and make it happen. So the first thing you have to do when you start your mobile app business is get off your duff and go out and do something. Because what happens is you'll call me and you'll say, man, I'm going to do this, 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 and this, and this. And then I end the conversation. I'm so excited, and I say, woo, 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 you know, go out and make it happen. Go out and make some sales. I'm going to start watching you, and I'm going to mentor you, and I'm going to support you, and I'm going to give you all the help I can give you. And everything's so hunky-dory when the phone hangs up, and then the next thing I know, and trust me, Kitty, it's not just you, buddy. It's every single person I've talked to. There's several on this call that's been through this with me, okay? Several. And I don't give up, but I just throw my hands up because I think, you know what? Either I'm not explaining it correctly and just saying, and I think I'm pretty clear, go out and sell a stinking app. You know, I don't know how else to say that, but you're not going to get your business going until you go out and make a sale. And if you don't go out and make a sale, you have absolutely nothing, okay? Yeah, don't tell me about the labor pains, show me the baby. That's exactly right. That's a good saying. I've heard that a long time, BK. I hadn't heard it in a long time, but you're exactly right. Don't tell me about the labor pains, show me the baby. You know, open the door and go out. Best tool is the doorknob. That's absolutely, Chris. And I'm going to tell you now, you can sit there and you can pull crap off the internet all day long. You can go through and you can look at all these hot tools, and I'm going to tell you right now, they aren't going to make one stinking nickel for you. They're not going to make a single solitary dime for you. They're not going to tell you anything because you have nothing to put in to get anything out. And I was telling Kenny this before the call. I look at three things, and this is the only thing I look at. And my analysis is in my head. How many sales came in, how many apps I built today, and how many checks I collected. And if those three things don't add up, trust me, I know what the analysis is. Somebody ain't working. That's the bottom line. You know, and if somebody ain't working, then shoot, they ain't nobody making no money. You know, yeah, go get a no lesson. That's exactly right. The next no and learn and so on until you get the yes. All the no's will disappear and you will know what you're doing. Absolutely. There is no experience like field experience to learn how to do something. You know what? You go to 8 weeks of boot camp or 12 weeks of boot camp, whatever it is today. I went to 8 weeks of boot camp. Okay, and they teach you how to cut your hair, march, and say yes, sir, no, sir, and kind of get the civilian out of you a little bit, okay, and turn you around a little bit. And then you go in the field and you got somebody breathing down your neck 24/7, but it's called OJT, on the job training. And that's how you learn. Yeah, they're going to send you these fancy schools. I went to Tomahawk School, and I went to Radar School, and I went to all these schools. But you know what? Shoot, man. That didn't teach me nothing like it was until I went to the Persian Gulf during the Iranian hostage crisis. That's when I learned, when we were getting shot at and couldn't shoot back. You know, that's when I started looking at that radar and knowing what them little blips were. That's when I understood what was going on around me. And then when we was coming home and Gaddafi sent a plane out on us and sent a jet out on us with some live birds on it. And I was standing at the radar, and I was what was called the SWIC. And my little beeper started going off, and I knew I couldn't leave my spot, and I wet my pants right there at the console. But you know what? I knew what was going on because I had OJT. I knew what was happening. Somebody was fixing to get killed, and I can promise you it wasn't going to be me. So I had to make decisions. And I made those decisions based on previous experience. Sales is the same way. You have to have previous experience. And the only way you're going to get any experience in sales is get off your butt and go do it. Kenny was telling me he was afraid. And he gave me permission to tell you this, so I'm going to tell you. He told me he was afraid because he's got his VA insurance. I'm going to tell you, you want me to tell you who's afraid they don't have insurance? Can anybody tell me who's afraid they don't have stinking insurance? And some of you probably ain't going to like me for saying this. I will say it anyway, because this is my straight up like it or not series. But does anybody know who's afraid of not having insurance? Oh, Papa. Broke people. Broke people's afraid of not having insurance. If you're broke, you can't afford to go to the doctor. If you're broke, you can't even afford to pay for insurance. Okay? So I'm going to tell you right now, yeah, lazy bums who want everything given to them. I'm telling you right now, if you're out making sales and you're doing 6 figures a year, you ain't worried about paying for no stinking insurance. And that's what I told Kenny. I said, I'm going to be straight up with you, dude. I said, you can't be afraid. I'm not afraid. It doesn't bother me. I'm either going to die or I'm going to live. If they take me to the hospital, the emergency room's got to take me whether I got insurance or not. They can't turn me away. I don't go to the doctor anyway. So Kenny said, tell him I'm old. I don't care if you're 110. You know, if you want to make something happen in your life, you will. So the moral to this story is this. Quit going out and looking at every tool. Quit trying to figure out what you're going to do or who you're going to do it with or how you're going to do it or how you're going to sell it. Quit trying to figure out what product. You've only got 1 or 2 products. You're going to go out and build a full-blown app, or you're going to build a digital business card, and you're not building either one of those anyway. You're going out selling a marketing platform, and we're going to talk about that in just a minute when we talk about marketing. But that's what you're doing. I told a fellow just the other day, until you learn to sell that as a marketing tool and quit selling it as an app, you're going to continue to be broke and you're going to continue to lose customers. And that's just the bottom line. You know, I mean, I cannot make it any more plain than that. Until you wake up and smell the coffee and learn to sell that marketing tool and learn to sell texting with it, you are not going to make it because you're going to continue to lose your customers. More customers going out than coming in eventually equals what? Anybody? Zip, zero, zilch, broke, nothing. And everybody's saying the right words. You don't have a stinking job. So get off your butt. Go out and start making some sales. Don't call me and say, I found this hot new tool, because I don't care. Call me and tell me you made a sale today, and let's analyze that. And let's look at that, and I'll tell you how to go out and make 3 more based on what you tell me. Kenny Dutton, I love you like a brother. Get off your butt and go make a sale. And tell Sally I said so. But we're going to bring it to you straight. If you can't handle it, turn off the first 10 minutes of the webinar and come back later. Because I'm telling you, guys, we're here for one reason. I love each and every one of you like a brother and a sister. And I want only one thing in my life before I die, and to see everybody that comes on this call be successful. As Instant App Wizard said in the very beginning, and Woodrow coined this term, and I've never forgot it. Our success is your success. And if you're not successful, we'll never be successful. And I've never forgot when he said that. And it's so, so true. Marketing and monetization. I'm going to freeze the frame here real quick because I got to move some stuff around on this computer. Greg Marshall just said, let me just tell you what he said real quick. Carrie, I will offer to talk to anyone for free. As a customer, and listen what he just said, as a customer who uses the marketing platform weekly, I will give a testimony to as the power of the platform. And if you don't think that's powerful, y'all need to get on the horn with Greg Marshall and the group, because that's powerful. And we all seen what the business has done for him, what the marketing platform has done for his business. Okay? I'm telling you, it took his business to a new level. Let me pull this screen up here. Yeah, let me move this around. And I'm going to go full screen, allow. And I'm going to come back over here. And I think Kenny Dutton actually posted this in a group. So this was good. And this goes along with our monetization that I'm fixing to talk to you about. Okay? And monetization of these apps can make you more money than you've ever seen. But you've got to know what's going on when you monetize them. You have to have businesses who are using an app, who's using a marketing platform for monetization to work, okay? And I'm talking about monetization for yourself, all right? Monetization for yourself. Smartphones help advertisers connect with their customers. And I'm only going to use a couple of these slides because it's really good. It's a really good slideshow. I need to move some stuff around here again. Sorry about that. I forgot my monitor. And I never forget my monitor. Oops. Okay. Offline ad exposure leads to mobile search. Offline ad exposure leads to mobile success. Okay? No, I did not recover my data. Offline, I haven't got my hard drive back yet. Offline ad exposure is what your customers have to have. I'm going to tell you now, and listen to what I'm fixing to say. If you do not teach your clients how to use that app to their advantage, you as a marketing expert, you as a marketing professional, okay? Oops, no screen. Hang on just one second. You should have a screen. I can see it fit. I can see it changing. Can everybody see the screen that says ad exposure leads to mobile search? Yes, everybody can see it. Everybody but Greg. Okay. Ad exposure leads to mobile search. When you sell this, when you go in and sell an app, and I've had resellers do this and call me and say, Kerry, man, I did this, and now they have nobody goes to their app. You go in and tell them that that app is the end all. Okay, and you go in and tell them that they don't need to do anything else. And you go in and let them know that, hey, man, just use this app and get people to sign up for it when they walk in the door, and everything's going to be good. They need to also promote that app in more ways than just people walking in the door. Although you can see here, number 2 on the list for ad location, 46% of the people respond, and you need to tell your people this. 46% of the people respond to in-shop business advertising, okay, for those mobile apps. They need to have QR codes up. They need to have some really nice posters made up. They need to do everything they can. And this is people's problems, and it happened yesterday to one of my sales reps, and he called me with his head between his legs, and I could have cut his head off. The first thing they told him, well, I can't afford that. Guys, that is an open invitation to say, okay, well, let me tell you why you can't afford it. You don't have any stinking business. You don't have any business because you don't have any ad exposure, and you're not doing anything to bring customers back in. Listen to me. I told you about the lady that and I can't remember her name. I don't have my card with me, okay? She was the one who developed attorney ads across the nation back in the 60s. When television first started coming out, she said, this is going to be hot. And I had breakfast with her and her husband. Her husband was a broker, and she owned an ad company, and she was one of only 32 agents in the country who was selling television ads for attorney firms. And I talked to her, and I mentioned this on another call, and that's what I'm fixing to tell you again, for those of you who didn't listen. When she stood in front of those attorneys in that room and they started saying, oh, that ain't going to work, that ain't going to do this, she stood right there and she told them, listen, you either get on board or you shut your doors because everybody else is getting on board, and if you don't have the exposure, you're going to fail. She made no beans or bones about it, and trust me, this lady was very straightforward. And she might have been in the Navy, but she was a great woman, and I got to spend, I was around her for a couple of 3 days. And what a super person she was, and very, very smart. And we talked about a whole lot of stuff in marketing, okay? And offline ad exposure leads most 46% of the people. You have got to explain that to your clients. You've got to explain that to your customers. Listen, George, pull your head out of your butt. Everybody that you see's got a mobile phone, and did you know if you would just expose that in your business, I can show you how to market to those people and bring them back into your shop so they spend money. But instead, you want to stick your head between your legs and tell me how you don't have any money to spend on advertising, just like I'm fixing to talk about your business in a minute, that you don't have any money to spend on advertising and you're doing everything you can. No, you're not. Because, George, the statistics say that 46% of the people are going to come back to that app, okay? 46% of the people, if you advertise that app in your store. What is that app? That app is a marketing delivery tool where they can, my fish is swimming around, oh boy, is a marketing delivery tool, okay, for coupons, for loyalty rewards, for anything you want it to be, for events, for everything you want it to be. It is a delivery tool. It's not just a mobile app. And you have and you have got to sell it that way. You have got to sell it that way. You know, it breaks my heart. It almost makes me throw up, really, when I see someone cancel texting. Do you know why people cancel texting? And if you cancel texting this week, I'm talking to you. You know why people cancel texting? Does anybody know why people cancel texting? Anybody at all? Because they're not using it. They're not trained. And that's exactly right. They have not been trained. Let me ask you a question. Is it easier to go out and turn that $199 customer into a $2,000 customer because he loves you, cares for you, enjoys having you around, and you're teaching him how to build his business, and you take him from $199 a month to about $1,000 a month because you're bringing him so much business that he can't do without you? Or is it easier to go out and get 5 of those? What's easier to do? You know, I mean, come on, guys, ladies. Somebody said if you can't handle the heat on this one, get out of the kitchen. That's right. Because I'm telling you, it's just the way it is, okay? If the customer won't use it, charge them and manage it for them. If you do it right, your fee will be more than covered. Absolutely, Greg Marshall. You know, there are business owners out there who, unfortunately, are so busy that they can't run their business. I hate busy people. When somebody tells me how busy they are, I want to puke. Because when somebody tells me they're busy, they're probably not doing anything. Okay? We should be texting our customers weekly from day one. You can advertise here. Absolutely. I can guarantee you, the first thing I look at when somebody tells me they can't sell texting, I go in and see if they've got texting themselves. And guess what? They don't. Chris Diego says, key is build the list, market the list, and keep building the list. David Craiglow says, we should be texting our customers weekly from day one. Greg Marshall says, busy doing busy work, not getting ahead of work. Absolutely. So 46%. Magazines. I'm not saying you got to go out and sell magazines, but you know what? Everybody's got shoppers. Does everybody know what a shopper paper is? They have like some of them have cars in them. Some of them have there's different shopper papers. Okay, and if I'll mention that in a minute, Kenny Dutton. I'm glad you brought that up. And those places are cheap to advertise. If you will show them how to properly utilize that app and put the link in there and a QR code in there to their join our list so that people can sign up for coupons, that person will never leave you. They will never leave you. So advertise in these papers, okay? They're very cheap to advertise in. Less than $100 a month, and they come out like weekly. You know? I mean, they're everywhere. They put them out for free. People get them and they read them in the beauty shops because they ain't got nothing else to do. I usually pick one up on the way into a restaurant when I'm eating by myself and flip through it. Okay? Posters and billboards. And I'm going to show you something that you need to be doing. The first business you've got to invest in is yourself. The first place you have to invest in is in yourself if you're going to go out and sell anything. And that goes for texting. And you guys hear me say this every single week. If you don't have texting on your app, do not ever call me with a texting problem, because you are the problem. If you do not have texting and you can't walk in there and demonstrate that, do not ever tell me you cannot sell texting, because you've not sold it to yourself yet. If you don't have QR codes out everywhere, don't tell me how you can't market, because you're not trying. Okay? Posters and billboards, 26%. 56% have performed a mobile search after seeing an ad. You cannot just go in and sell an app. You have to sell the total program. Does everybody understand that? You know, I want to make myself very, very, very clear that I'm here for one reason: to help you sell more and work less. Yeah, sell the sizzle, not the steak. Does that make sense? Wouldn't you like to work less and make more? Of course it does. Of course it does. And if you don't believe that way, work yourself to the grave, because that's what you're going to do. Okay? Oops, sorry about that. 89% of smart, I'm going to tell you right now, if you guys don't take a screenshot of this, and Kitty Dutton, I think, posted this in the group. This is nothing. I mean, I pulled this out of the group. Mike Cahill talked about studying and reading and learning the other day in the group. You know, that's all I do. I read what you guys post in there. You know what's so great? I don't even have to search for it myself anymore. You guys post it, and I read it and learn from it. 89% of smartphone users notice mobile ads. Now, this is going to walk us into, after the next slide, into monetization of that event app for yourself and for businesses around you. And if you do not use these slides when you're going out selling this event app, shame on you. This isn't Carrie talking, okay? This isn't me. This is third party, someone who has spent millions and millions of dollars. This came from Google, okay, who has spent millions and millions and millions of dollars, okay, to study this stuff. I don't have millions to spend, so I use other people's money, okay, and allow them to do it, and then I just lean off of that. 89% of smartphone users notice mobile ads. Do you not think that you could use that going out selling those event monetized apps, letting them know how and I'm going to show you, the first thing you got to do is you've got to market that event app, and I'm fixing to show you how to do that. 89% of smartphone users notice mobile ads. What did that just do to the real estate, okay, to the real estate of that app? To those 400 pixels by about 100 pixels that you can use on those banners, okay? That's right. It just made it out the roof. Instead of $100, if you know that 1,000 people or 10,000 people come to that event, okay, and let's say out of 1,000, 500, okay, are go into that app, and 89%, so 450 people at that event, give or take a nickel, are going to notice those mobile ads. Now, wouldn't it be nice to be that restaurant and pick up another 200 customers during the event, and they know that they're going to be able to increase their business because they advertised and spent $200 or $300? Do you not think they're going to make that $200 or $300 back if 89% of smartphone users notice mobile ads? And if you market that event app correctly, not only that event app, but every single app that your customers have, if you show them how to market that, and of course you're going to charge them. You know, we get so wrapped up on a $200 app that we forget the other $1,000 in residual income that we can make selling them other things, because we're not just an app company, we are a marketing company. Okay? Does everybody see this slide right here? Please say yes if you see that slide. The only person that couldn't see the slides earlier was Greg Marshall. Yes, 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 yes. Do you not think for a second, BK, that you could take this one slide and private smartphone users who use it as a general smartphone? Now, I don't know what n equals 0 means, but it means something. How often do you notice advertising when you're using the browser or an app on your smartphone? But this came from IAL and proprietary, okay? Go in and look at this slideshow, guys. There is a lot of information here in this slideshow. Mobile ads make an impression, all right? And let me hang on just a second. I got to move this real quick. This is what you use when you go in and you're selling this to the Chamber of Commerce. Because what are you going to do for the Chamber of Commerce? You're going to market them too, right? And you're going to market them for, how much are you going to charge the Chamber to market them? How much are you going to charge the Chamber to put their information on that app? Anybody know? How much would you charge the Chamber of Commerce for coming in and letting you do this app? One person got it right. Two people got it right. One person's way out of the ballpark. Absolutely nothing. Don't charge them a stinking penny. Not a nickel. Because they're fixing to put $20,000 or $30,000 in your pocket. Now, the disclaimer I will put along with that is you've got to make it happen if you want to make money. If you don't make it happen, you're not going to make it a stinking dime. Okay? That's my disclaimer. All right? 54% of the people while in an app, okay, noticed ads. 48% while on a website noticed ads. 42% while in a search engine noticed ads. While watching a video, 35%. While on a retailer website, 26%. While on a video website, 25%. Now let me ask you a question real quick. And you guys know I'm getting into this video hot and heavy, man. Because I know that's where the market's going. And I know things are kicking. And I just lost communication. I cannot believe it. Fuck. Hey, sweetie, can you reset the internet real quick? I'm right in the middle of a radio show. Thank you. Did I get my communications back? Can everybody hear me now? Okay, it says it's restored. So let's roll on here. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I don't know why it does that, man. I told y'all Go2 was making a change. Okay, so number one, 54% in a mobile app. Now, what if you put a little video advertisement up there? Now, we all know that we can put an video in that header. And we all saw what Woodrow did with that, one of the best ads I've ever seen, shot with a smartphone, with a iPhone, okay? And what if you took a video and sold that video on the front of that app? What's that worth, do you think? I guarantee you, man, if 86% of the people are going to be looking at those ads, I bet you 95% are going to look at that video. 100 to 200, Kenny says, I bet you could get $1,000 for it. I mean, the people coming to that event are from within what? 100 miles? Who would drive 100 miles to buy something? How about a car dealer? Okay? Yeah. How about a car dealer? How about somebody that can afford $1,000 that you can go and show them that, hey, you know, I mean, this is worth X, Y, Z. I mean, we've got the video training to show you exactly how to do it and all the tools it takes to do it with. And I think Woodrow spent $5 on that ad. And he made, I don't know, $2,600 on that ad. He made $2,600 on that whole deal. So what? I mean, if that's not a testimony to get you off your butt and go do it, I don't know what is. But you have to get out and you have to show these folks, and all you have to do is take these three slides, okay? All you have to do is take these 3 slides. Now let me come back over here to my presentation. Hang on just one second, if I can find it. Now let's talk about marketing that app. How are you going to do that? I was just looking online, and there's several things that you can do. Okay? Yeah, CAF dashboard. This is what I can say for the CAF dashboard. Go out and sell 50 apps and show it to me. But I'm just messing with you, Kitty. There are many different ways you can go out and show, okay, how to sign up and how to do things. There's no better way than advertising. All right. Now this is called a magic slider, and I just pulled this up. I remember my dad used to have something similar to this in front of his restaurant, and each day he would send one of us boys out, and we'd have to change the letters out, putting out what his daily special was, you know, and if he was having a sale or something. So I'm very familiar with sliding those letters around. But I'm telling you, think about this. The event's coming up. The city owns all the street property in the town. Could you not put a couple of these things out? And I don't know how much that costs, $500 or $600, okay? Is it not worth $500 or $600 to get about a $5 return on every dollar you spend to put something like that up? Absolutely it is. And you put the app on there, and you put the information on there. And up here on this where it says magic slider, put your business name up there, okay? And put a QR code to your business and market yourself and market that information. You've got to spend money to make money. If you're not willing to do that, you're not going to make anything. You're not going to. I was talking to Woodrow just the other day. And you know, you see these guys who advertise and stuff, and I advertise on Facebook all the time. I don't have no $250,000, $500,000 budget like some of these guys do. But let me tell you something. They're spending, you know, $500,000 on Facebook ads, getting $3 back for every ad that they put out there. Do you not think it's worth it to spend money on advertising yourself? Because if you don't, you're never going to get your customer to agree to spend $500 for the next 3 months, okay, so $1,500 for the next 3 months to drive people to his app, and he understands that his return on that $1,500 is going to be a couple of dollars per ad. So that $1,500 can turn into $4,500. Now, what if he advertises all the time? Okay, so if he's spending $500, getting $3 in return, so for every $500 he spends, he makes $1,500. Do you not think he's willing to do that? Absolutely is. But I'm going to tell you now, if you're not willing to do that, You're never going to convince him to do that. If you do not walk in with texting on your phone, you're never going to sell texting on your phone. This is a little sidewalk sign, and what made me think about this signage is that there's a new, whatever you call it, yogurt shop or something like that just opened up, and they've got these things everywhere on the sidewalks. Who owns the sidewalks in your town? Who owns those sidewalks? The city does. Absolutely. So the city's going to allow you to market that app. Now, on these, you can get some nice graphics made up and these nice little billboards, and you can slip them in here. But these are called sidewalk signs. That's what it's called. That's why I put that up there, outside sidewalk sign. I think this one right here was $199. So what if you went out and there's four main sidewalks at this event? Why not go out and spend $800? You've already started selling the app, okay? You're doing that way before. You already started selling the advertisement. You did that way before you even had to go out and do this signage for the city. You're already making the money, okay? Invest it back into this, and I can guarantee you your return is going to be huge. Your return on this $200 item by putting your information up here in a big QR code and the link to that app and what it is going to be huge. It's going to more than pay off for itself. And the city's going to love you because you did what? What did you just do for them? You advertised for them and you didn't charge them a nickel. You know what charities love? They love for people to come in and do things as charity. That's what they love. Charities love people who do charity. Somebody mentioned in the group the other day, and it might have been Will Sims, I can't remember, about softball leagues. Gosh, man, we talked about softball leagues when we first brought these apps out, how to get these apps out into the community. Little leagues. Go out and give every single little league an app. Give it to them. And sell the advertising. Do you not think that business would not allow you to put up some nice posters and stuff in their business to market that app, especially if they're advertising on it? So you go out and spend, what, $3 or $4 on a nice poster that you get to put on their front door, okay? And you put that up on their front door, and everybody that comes in there scanning it, putting it on there because their kids' pictures are on there. You know? I mean, guys, ladies, gentlemen, listen to me. If you're not willing to market yourself, who's going to market? Nobody. Nobody. So you got your sidewalk signs and you got your big road signs, you know, that you can put out next to the roads. All right? I mean, everybody sees that. And that's what you've got to do. Now let's get over here into the app. Hey, go just 1 second. I closed that window a while ago, and I apologize. How many of y'all love Instant App Wizard? I think Instant App, and that's not just because I train on it. I was talking to Woodrow the other day. There's not an easier platform, and I've looked at all of them, in the world than this platform. I hate every other platform. I hate getting on other platforms. I ain't kidding you. It's so stinking easy to use. Everybody's saying they love it. It is the best. I have to agree. I have to agree. I do love it, man. I mean, it's simple to use. I've been doing it for 3 years, so. Every button on this app needs to be monetized. Every single event needs to be monetized. You need to put sliders in here, and on every slider, that you put in there, every advertisement that you put in there, you need to make sure that your advertisement is on the bottom of that slider. That 400 by 200, you need to take 400 by 100. I mean, about 400 by, I don't know, maybe 50 of it. Just take the bottom portion and put your ad on there for your business. Okay? That's what you've got to do. Every button will have your ad on it. All right? This bottom portion down here, developed by Moby Advertising Group, okay, has your phone number on there, your tap to call, all your information. You got to make sure that stuff's on there. Now, you could sell that space. You could sell that space right there, probably for $300 or $400 a day. But I'm telling you, do not get rid of this space right here. Because if there's 1,000 people there and 890 of them are going to see that app, okay, and you want them to see your advertisement right there, don't give that up. Do not give that up. And in the events, every event, look, Kitty already sang, all right? It's already taken it out. This is a past event, so it removed everything. Every event you can put an image in. And when you put that image in there, okay, like right here, you see we went out and sold this spot to who? Shang Chinese Restaurant. And when we put Shang Chinese Restaurant on there, we need to make sure that we leave a little bit of space down here for who? Moby Advertising Group, GetDigi.com, Instant App Wizard, the app guy, whoever you are. You need to have your advertisement on the bottom of that. Every single one. You've monetized it already. All right? By putting Kenny Dutton in there. Now you're going to go out and sell ad space right below Kenny Dutton. All right? Your local marketing guy, Kenny Dutton. And then right here, below this, you're going to put your local marketing guy. How do you do it? In your little graphics program. Hang on, I'll pull it up. Boy, this hour flew by. Whew! Just get you a simple graphics program. You can do it in those Windows programs. You know one of the best graphics programs, and most of you probably have it? Yeah, I'm worried about my fish. He's kind of floating right now. He ain't swimming. I'm kind of worried about him. I hope he don't die, man. I named him Samson. Now, on this app right here, you can make it whatever size you're going to make it. On the 400 by 200, you got to limit it on space a little bit. Okay, what program do I use? What's my program? What program do I use to build graphics with? Fireworks. Okay, so here's the Bodark Bash little thing here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. Now, I told you don't take up a lot of the space. You don't want to take up the whole card. But I can come in here and say sponsored by, right? And put my little words on the bottom of that. Now, if they see that up there, You know, there's something we always do. Visualization by association. Does everybody know what that is? Visualization by association. Your eyes naturally go to something you've seen before, and you see it over and over and over again. You naturally recognize it. That's what we call what? What do we call that? What do we call that? Visualization by association. What do we call that? Branding. Thank you, Will Sims. Branding. You know, branding is the most powerful thing you can do. So what have we done here? We put sponsored by Moby Ad Group here, okay? Sponsored by Moby Ad Group here. Now we come down here to our app. I hate using one screen. I don't know how people use one screen. I've used two screens for so long that I'm addicted to it. Okay? Let's come up here. Let's go to the preview. Now, if you're seeing my ad up here, okay, on all of these, all right, where are you naturally going to be taken to when you're looking at all these pages? Right here. Right here. Developed by who? Moby Advertising. Absolutely. You're going to be drawn to that. Why? Because that's your brand. Okay? That's who you are. I am Moby Advertising Group. So if they start seeing that all over that app, they're going to be drawn to this. What are they going to do to that? Because they see that that's actually a part of the app. What are they going to do to that? What's going to happen to that little button down there? They're going to click on it. They're going to click on it. And let me tell you something. You get 1,000 people out there looking at that over and over and over, constantly. Okay? And they're seeing that, and they're seeing that, and they're seeing that. What's going to start happening to them? You're going to start piquing their interest now. And they're going to go in, and they're going to get on your little marketing tool, okay, your marketing tool. Yeah, they're brainwashed. Your marketing tool. And now what's going to happen when they all start seeing that around town? Remember this little machine, this little thing I showed you right here? Now, you just had this huge event, okay, and now you're doing this for what? Businesses in the town, okay, and of course you're charging them. But up here it says Moby Advertising Group. What's people going to start associating everything with now? Boy, this guy's a huge marketer right here in our own town. When we need marketing, who do we need to go to? The Moby Advertiser. Is everybody following me, the flow we've gone through tonight? Does everybody follow me, the flow? And you've got to keep that flow going. If you don't keep that flow going, what happens? What happens when you kink a water hose? What happens when you kink a water hose? It shuts off. The same thing happens in your business. When you kink your business, it shuts off. And when that happens, okay, when that happens, what really starts to shut off? Yeah, your money. Your money starts going away. Your cash flow goes away. And you start losing it, okay? And next thing you know, your business goes away. And you know why all of that happened? You know why all that happened? You know what started the entire downfall of your empire? No, not lazy. It's something I said earlier that you've got to do. It's not fear. It's not that you're afraid. Tom I'll say stupid. You did not put texting on your phone to show them the full power of the marketing platform. I'm telling you, you guys think I say it all the time, and I will close with this statement. And I hope you enjoyed trading today. But I'm going to close with this statement, okay? You have no one to blame for yourself if you're not making sales because you're not using the platform that you're selling. Bottom line. Bottom line. I'm going to tell you something. You dang sure, I almost said something else. You dang sure ain't going to go out and buy a $199 sign to put on a sidewalk if you don't get off your butt tonight when you get off this call and go spend $15 for texting. Did everybody hear what I just said? That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. I want to thank there you go. I love you. I cannot tell y'all how much I love y'all. Y'all are my family, man. Y'all are my family. Somebody said, thanks, Dad. What's wrong with the fish? I spilt him in the back of my car, and I spilt him in the back of my car, and I had to dig him off the floorboard, and now I'm trying to revive him. I picked up a cup, ran and got some water, and thrown him in a cup. Oh, shoot. But, yeah, the opposite of drowning him. Somebody said call PETA. He's probably got brain damage. You're probably right, man. I will cry if he dies. But anyway, hey, listen. God bless. Good night. And if you do as a successful do, you'll probably be successful. If you follow the losers, you're probably going to lose. It's just the way it is. And I hate to say that because I'm a huge Cowboy fan and I have been all my life, but they just can't win the big one. So, but good night. Get off here. I better see some texting. I'm gonna download every name that's on tonight's traded, and I'm gonna go see if y'all's apps got texting. And if it don't, I'm gonna text you personally and ask you what your stinking problem is. Y'all have a great night, and I will see you in the Facebook group.